office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP, St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is next with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and also, DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Wednesday, the 18th of March. My apologies, especially to those of you checking us out on Facebook, etc., DBS, for the late start. That's because we had, a live program this morning that from 9 o'clock started a little late because of the number of guests that were here, and things had to be set up and unset up. If you understand what I'm saying. So it just took a little time. And these things happen from time to time. So please forgive us. And hopefully we'll try our best to limit that sort of thing happening in the future. Okay? Alrighty. So let's say good morning to the co-host of Harddrive, Lady J. Lady J, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. How are you doing?
I'm well.
Another lovely day today. I mean, we're getting some rain. It was just raining a while ago.
And the cool temperatures.
Oh, it's so nice, Andre.
Yeah, nice.
This morning I wanted to walk longer.
Walk?
I have to get home to shower.
I thought you were going to say in your bed a little longer. That's what I thought you were going to say. Walk?
Well, that thought happens every day, but you've got to get up. So I'm not going to think about staying in the bed longer. Talking about I wanted to walk for longer because of the beautiful day it is.
So how do you get a sweat with these cool temperatures?
You walk a little faster.
Yeah?
Yeah. You walk a little faster to speed it up, make sure you feel it, so you move. I don't really run, so nowadays, before, but now I don't run. I want to save my knees.
Yes.
I don't run.
Yes.
If I have to, I will, but I don't. No.
Yeah, well, not me.
So
I'm done with that. I used to do a lot of running before, but obviously I'm not a young man anymore. So when I do run, I can feel the difference.
And the running bears down on your knees, and we have to be careful. Running on the road and running on the concrete, and it's hard.
Yes,
so
when you're young, you can take those things.
Yeah. When you're younger, you can take those things. You want to say you're old? That's you. Yes, you smiling?
Yeah, because I see you're one of the people who doesn't want to accept.
Oh, I never said that.
You want to accept
I never said that, but I don't think you should say old.
You're gliding into the sunset.
I don't think you should say old because
What's wrong with that?
Why say old?
So okay, all
right.
You're not old, okay. So
Andre.
if I say there's a young person, nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
This is a young person. So this is an old person.
Older.
So what's the difference?
Old.
So what's the difference?
Because the older ones would probably be maybe 50s, 60s, 70s, and then old you could call 80s, 90s, in the hundreds. But we have to be careful because 60s looking good nowadays. 60s is the new 40s, Andre. You should know that. You should know that by how you're talking. You can do this and you can do that and you can do the other. I'm listening to you, Andre.
Okay.
What you looking for? You looking for the definition?
Yes. Old is a base adjective describing age or long existence, while older is the comparative form used to indicate a higher age relative to someone or something else.
Higher age. Exactly, Andre. Higher age.
But no, but it's worse.
What you mean is worse?
It's worse. Because it says older is the comparative form used to indicate a higher age relative to someone or something else.
Well, I say higher age, 80, 90, higher age. That's how I see it.
Oh my gosh!
That's how I see it.
But
Higher
the thing is, even the Bible talks about being young. It says it's about being young and old. It says the strength of youth and the wisdom of the aged. So it's just the reality of life, and we just gotta accept it, man, and move on. That's our place. That's our place.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think maybe it's how society has framed this whole thing, because in our society you basically looked upon, the minute you're not young, like you can't really produce anymore, you're not much value and so on, and that's reinforced by the way the authorities treat older folks.
Yeah, saying you have to retire at 55.
Yeah, imagine. There's a video making the rounds with the Prime Minister making the announcement that people who are receiving pensions will not be paying taxes from the pension, right? That's something I think we should be ashamed of. Successive governments who allowed that to continue, and you heard I don't know if you saw it, the comments from the older people who are the beneficiaries of this new arrangement. They were going like, wow, at last now I can put a little something aside. They're so happy that somebody has realized.
I'm happy for them. I'm happy for my mom.
Yeah, but the point I'm making to you is that that shouldn't have been. That shouldn't have been.
Somebody eventually did it.
That shouldn't have been. It just goes to show. That's what I'm saying. The way we see, call it older folks.
The elderly. Yeah.
And you swear the policymakers will not get there one day. They're not thinking. You're telling me for all these years, pensioners were paying taxes from a pension? But the things I talk about right now, Lady J, when we get to that stage, because it's not going to happen now. The same thing for the taxes on pensions. That didn't happen overnight. It took a long time.
Yeah.
So when these things finally happen, the things I talk about, for example, that if a child's father were to die and the child is below 18, for example, okay, that child should be receiving their father's full pension. Full. Okay? So that's what should be happening. You mean to say I have to be making all that noise? You all cannot see the wisdom in what I'm saying there?
I guess it will eventually get to the Caribbean. I'm not sure if other islands do it, but it's certainly happening in the United States, because one of my girlfriends told me she's getting it. I didn't ask for but I didn't ask her the details. I could probably find out how it got to her and if she's getting the total amount and so on. One day they'll get there. They'll get there one day. But I hope whoever comes after me will carry the baton. Yeah. And put some pressure on the authorities. Yeah. Well, right? As long as I have breath in my body and I can speak, I'll continue talking about that, because that needs to change. So, and Andre, even if when we talk about it, you can't get the 100%, but at least start somewhere with the 50%. It is still something. What, the 50% of the total of what the salary was, if as you say, the child or children can get it. I'm saying even if they are not able at this time, whether it is. Who said they're not able? I don't know, Andre. I'll tell you why they're able. I'll tell you why they're able. I'll tell you exactly why they're able. Because if the father is alive, he'll get the 100%. Or whatever it is he's entitled to. Correct. He will get it. Good point. So as he's gone, give the child the father's pension. End of story. I mean, just give it to the child, because we're talking about the most vulnerable in society, and that would talk about the wives, right? Well, I won't say orphans, but the children, because they're the most vulnerable. They can't speak up for themselves. They can't fight for themselves. So when you say children, what you mean? Children? Under 18, I said. Under 18. Okay. And what happens to that? The money goes to them. So what happens? Who is in control of that money when it goes to the 18-year-old?
Well, obviously, that would have to be
16,
the parents of the child.
Well, all
for
that
sure.
has to be taken into
For sure, yeah, because if I were to die right now, well, Nairobi's below 18,
The
so her
smallest.
mom now, in fact, I already instructed the mom that if anything were to happen to me, you go there and say what you're supposed to say. Okay, so they will discuss this with the mother, and then they take it from there. So I'm saying what should happen ideally is when my child's mother goes there, it should just be automatic. The child is entitled to everything, not a portion of it. And by the way, the same thing for the wives. The wives get a portion of it as well. You are encouraging poverty. That's what you're encouraging. And I'm talking about you.
I know,
I'm
Andre.
talking about that system.
You're speaking
that
in
system
general.
that doesn't seem to care too much about the most vulnerable. I'm telling you, folks, whether you want to believe it or not, but we say we are a Christian society. I know for a fact because I read that book called the Bible. I read it, and it talks about God being. He said, true religion. If you want to talk about religion, is to care for the homeless, the widows, the orphans, the homeless. That's what it talks about. And by the way, we often speak about Sodom and Gomorrah and, God destroyed them for the sake of homosexuality. Yes, that was part of the problem. But when you read a lot deeper, you will see that these were the issues going on. And there was also a lot of laziness back then. Yeah, too many holidays. It's Sodom. Too many, exactly. A whole ton of holidays. Holidays. Sorry,
Stop complaining about these holidays. We look forward to them.
Time. Exactly. And a lot of
look forward to that.
Yeah, you have anyway. That's all right. But for now, I hope the folks at the NIC, the board, that they're listening, that they're hearing what I'm saying, and they're listening to what I'm saying. Right, the same way you all changed this thing about pensioners not paying taxes. As I said, we should be ashamed of ourselves to have carried on like that for so many years. And I know the person that brought it to the Prime Minister's attention, because he told me. Okay, so obviously the Prime Minister probably didn't even know that. He didn't know. Yeah? And then now they made the change. So I'm saying we should bring that to the attention of the NIC to make that change.
Agreed. And Andre, since
I'm glad you're agreeing with me. I'm glad you're agreeing with me.
Andre, I generally agree with you. What are you saying? Come on. That's why the two of us get along so well. If we weren't agreeing, we wouldn't be here.
All right.
Yeah.
I need your support in certain things, and that's one of them for sure. Tell me your husband dies and you're entitled to a portion of the man's income, the contributions he made to the NIC, and you're telling me a woman whose husband maybe he's departed, and she now cannot, if she chooses not to marry, she can't go live with somebody, right? And if they find out about that.
Oh, that one was shocking.
That's shocking.
That's shocking when I heard that.
And here's another shocking
when
one
you
again.
said that, Andre.
Another shocking one again. You tell me somebody is visually impaired. Okay, it's been deemed that this person cannot work anymore, or whatever the case may be, and the NIC gives them this little kakada that they give, and it's a fact, it's a little kakada. All right, you tell me if the person gets a little something else down the side to do, and you find out about it, you are going to stop it? What kind of Christian society is that? Because we say we're a Christian society. That's not how Christians are supposed to be behaving at all. And think of it, if you're a Christian, you're a follower of Jesus Christ, do you think Jesus Christ would do something like that?
Well, Andre, I mean, I get your point and everything, but, countries have rules, regulations, laws, and what have you. And it's people to agitate, and if you're saying that's what's happening now, continue agitating. But we have to always remember that countries have rules and laws and regulations, and we may not agree with everything, but eventually we may get what we pushing for, fighting for.
I like to use this example. I think it's such a perfect example. I've used it many times. It's a story from the Bible, right? Back in the day of Moses and so on, right? If a man had children and he had male, he had boys and he had girls, the males were the only ones entitled to inherit his property. That's what the law was. As you say a while ago there are laws and rules and so on. So the laws and the rules are very, very clear. The girls could not inherit from their father, but the boys could inherit. All right? So there was a certain family, and the father died, and there was no son, no son to inherit. So he had two daughters. The daughter was 18 years old, and the son was 16 years old. So he had two daughters. The daughter was 18 years old, and the son was 16 years old. So he had two daughters. The daughter was 18 years old, and the son was 16 years old. So he had two daughters. The And that would mean that all his property would probably go to the state because the daughters were not allowed to inherit.
Right.
Now, before I even continue the story, is that right?
No.
Exactly. That cannot be right because a female is a human being.
Yeah,
So because she's a woman, are you discriminating against her? And that's what the law said. But nobody saw that at the time. Nobody saw it. It looked like a normal, acceptable thing. Until now, those two girls had a little discussion among themselves, and who knows who else they spoke with, and they said, this is not right. We are our father's daughters. We are entitled to our father's property, even if the law, or as you said, the rules stated otherwise. So they said, let's take that to Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, these girls were brave because back in the day, women are supposed to be quiet and don't say anything. They went and they say, our father died and he left property there. And the law is saying, because we are females, we're not entitled to receive anything from our father. Mr. Moses, that needs to change. And they were very, very stern about the thing. And Moses said, now, thank God, and that's the thing. When you have a good leader, right, who can show empathy and not be harsh with you, like some of them that are around today. I'm not talking about here. I'm not talking about St. Lucia.
Andrew, we know you're speaking in general. Just continue.
Yeah, but I'm referring to a particular one on the world stage right now that's like that. Harsh, family. Moses wasn't like that. And Moses said to himself, something? That makes sense, Just like I'm saying right now, if a father were to die, you have a child that's under 18, and I come to you and say to you, the child is supposed to be receiving all what I was supposed to have received. You're supposed to say to yourself, that makes sense, That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Moses said, something? Let me take this to the Lord. I'll get back to you. Guess what? When Moses took it to the Lord said, they are right.
Mm-hmm.
They are right. Go change the law.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And from that point in time, girls were entitled to inherit their father's property.
Just
so
as
bravo
the
to
balance,
these two girls.
Yeah, just as the balance.
Yeah.
Boys or girls, once you're the children, I agree, part of the family.
Yeah.
And the way it works here in St. Lucia is the wife gets 50% and the children get whatever, okay?
Yeah.
So if the husband goes, the wife gets the 50% and the 50% of the husband who is gone is divided, I guess.
Yeah.
Or whatever, unless he has a will. Same thing with the wife. If the wife goes first, the husband gets the 50% and the children have to share the remaining 50% if there is no will.
Telling me somebody who's blind may say they get a little job to do a little something to make a little kakada. You are calling the person and saying, hey, what I hear at the back there? What's that sound? What's that sound? Right?
What do you mean you were calling the person? You were on the phone with the person?
He wasn't. The person who gave me that story said he was on the phone with them at the NIC, and an employee heard a sound like something, maybe an electric saw or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I said, hey, what's going on there? I hope you're not working there. Because if we find out that you're working, the benefits will stop.
But Andre, it's only certain people you can speak to like that. Obviously, the staff felt that she could speak to him like that. That's why she did.
Because he's blind.
It's not everybody you can speak to like that.
Yeah, because he's blind.
Because the other person on the other end wouldn't take it lightly.
Them people have check a pesh, boy. Check a pesh. For me, if you see I'm working in an organization like that and I hear electric saw passing, man, that's not my business, man. A blind person, go and do your thing. There's another blind person that was going through a stress one time, right? I won't say who it was.
No.
He had a huge bill. He had a huge bill to pay.
I remember that, Andre.
Okay, and without mentioning any names or anything or any situation. Okay, the man came to my house. The man came to my house. And it's amazing how people see you as a person that they can reach out to. The man came to my house and explained the situation. Tell me, Andre, I have this debt and this and that and the other, and I appealed. I asked the people to give me a break. They refused to do it. They refused. I called, and I spoke to what I thought at the time there was the person maybe who could have used his influence to make changes and so on. And he told me, sorry, but we cannot play favorites. These are the rules, just like you said a while ago, right? The rules and the regulations and so on, so. And they refuse to do it.
Andre, I don't believe that there should any organization should refuse. I think they could say, all right, you owe $600. We'll have to divide that for you. right?
It's a blind person.
Give them an opportunity
It's a
to
blind
pay it
person.
how they can.
It's a blind person.
I can pay $20 a month.
No,
I can pay
no,
$50 a month. But
no.
to tell them
He's unemployed.
it's rules
He's
and
unemployed.
so what you wanted
He's
the company
He's
to do?
unemployed. Forgive it. Forgive the debt.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you don't know
No,
about that.
I don't know about it. I'm not saying it cannot be done, but I cannot comment on that.
Well, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I would, if I were in a position, forgive it. End of story. Because it's a
That would be
blind,
the
a
organization.
blind, unemployed person. And I'm telling you the truth there.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm not going to
I'm
say
not
yes
making up
to
any
that.
story
I
there.
get what you're saying. I'm not going to say yes to it because, I mean, one is using... Andrew, yeah, we have to be honest. One is using it and they're going to see it one way. But to say, just simply say, no, you're not going to pay for it. How many other persons will probably go to the organization,
No.
Andre?
A blind. I said a blind.
No, how many other...
hold
Andre, it's
on,
not
hold
only
on.
one blind person we have in St.
No,
Lucia.
I'm
Let's
just
speak
saying.
in general.
No, because of the amount. Okay, because of the amount. It was a lot.
I know. And that's why I said, couldn't they if they couldn't just, as you say, leave it, forgive it, tell him don't bother to pay. Couldn't they have said, okay, we will give him, let him pay by installments?
But he's unemployed. That's the point I'm making to you.
No, but how did it get there? Andre, let's speak in general. It's over already. That has passed us a long time ago. But let's
It's not
speak in-
passed because I'm sure it's still happening today.
No, that particular incident has passed because someone paid it. Okay? I remember that. Someone paid that for him. What I'm saying is, let's look at it in general, Andre. He's not working. He's using what? Electricity, water, whatever the case is. Shouldn't he have gone in there or asked somebody to go in before?
Why did you have to say that?
No, I'm speaking in general.
No, you said
because
about
it's
electricity and water. You didn't have to say that.
electricity, water, cable, whatever it is, Andre.
You didn't have to.
We don't know which one.
Yeah, because you didn't know. You
But I didn't say which one. You see?
Exactly.
I didn't say which one. I
So
said
you shouldn't-
electricity.
you shouldn't say that. You
Andre,
shouldn't say that. Leave it at that.
Andre, stop. You should just let me speak so nobody would know, because now you're making it look like it's one of them. I didn't say which one. I didn't say it was that either. Electricity, water, cable.
But you said you remember the situation.
I remember the situation, but Andre, move on. Let's go.
I think so.
Good morning,
I think so.
Facebook. How you doing?
Because-
Good morning,
because
DBS. How you doing?
We're not going to agree on that one at all.
No.
At all.
Good
Okay,
morning,
so let me
Radioland.
let me do the house chores for now. Yeah, but I'm interested in discussion. I'm sure our
It is
listeners.
interesting,
I'm sure our
Andre.
listeners are enjoying it.
Yes. So
Okay.
let's hear what they have to say.
So the menu for today at the Tomaso Bread Place, you have Bax bouillon and ribs bouillon with spinach, callaloo, tanya, and green plantain. Now that's real food there. That's good stuff. Okay, good stuff. Good food.
You might have to read.
It has
you might
everything
have
in
to
there.
repeat that,
you
Andre.
have the
I missed
spinach.
it.
If you do a little research right now, you see how nutritious spinach is. You have the callaloo leaves as well. Oh my gosh, that's another one again. We have the tanya loaded with fiber.
I like that.
Okay, the green plantain. Oh my God, I can't tell you about green plantain because I can't say it on the air as to what it does. So, Bax bouillon. So if you order the Bax bouillon, you'll get the spinach and the callaloo and the tanya and the green plantain with that. If you order the ribs bouillon, you get the same spinach, callaloo, tanya, and that's real food, man. Good stuff. And remember, while you're there, to try the wide variety of Seymour's beverages, which include the all-new blueberry flavor, coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular flaxseed and chia seed Seymour's with milk or without milk. All right? All right, so while I'm here now, Lady J, just bear with me a little here. I just have to promote Joella's activity.
Well, why are you looking for that, Andre? Let me
I
say
found it
happy
already.
birthday.
I found it already.
Go ahead.
You do the happy birthday after. Okay,
no
so don't
problem.
forget the Good Friday Lucian breakfast taking place at Baytown, Texas. So the Lucians in that community, go check out the Good Friday Lucian breakfast. It's going to be on Good Friday, I imagine. It's the 3rd of April. And the menu again will be roast and fried bakes, mahi-mahi, saltfish, smoked herring, salad, tomatoes, lettuce and cucumber salad, akra, cocoa tea, and lime squash. So it's happening on the 3rd of April. You know, I had some cocoa tea this morning. Yeah, that was Irie. I had the cocoa tea.
Cocoa tea? Yeah,
Yes.
I like it too.
I picked that up this morning. Yeah, so I had that this morning. A hot cup of cocoa tea. Yes, I. So the meal is $25, by the way, folks. All right, $25. It's happening on the 3rd of April. That's for the Lucian community of Baytown, Texas. So enjoy yourselves to the max. If I were living in Baytown, I'd certainly go and check out that thing. All right? Yeah. So you're saying about a shout out, Lady J?
Yeah, happy birthday to Karen. Karen Davis celebrating her birthday yesterday she celebrated her birthday. So Karen, I hope you tuned in. She should be tuned in. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your week, because she celebrated yesterday. Lots of photos. She had her photo shoot and everything. So she had a good time, yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Happy birthday,
Congratulations.
Karen.
Okay, let's say good morning to Silton. By the way, I got a call yesterday from a lady who wanted to get Silton's rub. So I was more than happy to send Silton's number to her. It's amazing, huh? I repeat that number so many times, don't I?
But you don't
I usually
remember
go 716-8018, 716-8018, 716-8, and people still don't really catch it. Yeah, so the person asked me to send the number, which I did. So I hope they got in touch with Silton, and definitely there'll be a sale for Silton to help her with her medical expenses. All right?
Yeah.
So don't
I haven't
forget.
had a chance to call her, by the way. I need to pick it up for my mom. I haven't done that.
You want her number?
I have it, Andre. It's on the system.
So
Yeah.
Silton's Rub, you can check her out at 716-8018. 716-8018. Okay, so anything you want to mention before we move on?
No, except my little Glam is not feeling well today, so she didn't go to school. So her mom asked if she could be at home, and I was like, okay. She just have to stay away from my mom now. So wear your mask when you're going to my mom, because we've got the very young and the old. We don't, right? That's what it is. So, so I'm like, okay, yeah, she can be at home. So they might be watching right now because they usually have the TV on DBS.
So I guess,
thank you, DBS.
I guess you can't wait to go home. You can't wait to go home to play with her, right?
No, she'll be there by the time I get back.
That's what I'm saying. You can't wait to go home to play with her. Oh, no, maybe not.
Andre, I don't really look at it like that, to play with her.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's how
I gave her my hug this morning, and I did what I had to do. Yeah.
Because in the case of well, these are your grands, so I guess your grand. I guess a little different because with me, Abina, Hassani, and Nairobi. I mean, they when I get home, it's play. They want to play. Yeah, play.
No.
And
She's
that's
7,
the thing.
It's not play. She just want to be with me, but not play.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they will not run on me and jump on me and do all of that.
Hassan used to give
My
me.
daughter did that.
Hassan used to throw his entire weight on me. Just come running and just grab. He just threw in his entire weight.
Yeah, my daughter would do that, jump, and but they
grab you, they
greet
push you, they fight with you. It's all fun. It's all fun.
Yeah.
And these are the things that they remember.
Of course,
Yeah,
because they would
do.
remember your reaction to it as well. And if you showed them the love, they will never forget that, Andre.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the first time when I went to Asia and my dad wrote me, Andre, was 2 pages. Andre, the whole paper was wet. I cried.
Wow, imagine that.
It was wet. Because he wrote it for pen. So, when I got to the second paper, the part 2, I could hardly understand because I had, Andre, I was so, I told you how it was for me going over there and not having friends, nobody, but then just, at the time we were not married because I went to meet it. Do you understand? So it was, and then, I get a letter from my dad and expressing, his love for me, and also expressing if anything that you don't like goes, negatively over there, you can always come back. Remember, your room is available. Andre, that was pure love, that face to face. I didn't feel it so much until I, pen and paper. And I just wanted to be with my mom and dad again, even if I was already at that age where, I could be on my own. But I just wanted to be with them again. And Andre, it was about, in those days, for an overseas call from Asia to St. Lucia was probably about $80 a minute or so. It was expensive. So what I had to do is to call once a month. And what they did was to call me once a month as well, unless it was, some urgency or whatever.
Well, boy, thank God for WhatsApp.
Why?
These
I
days.
tell you, now is the time.
Yeah.
Now I would love to live over there.
So last night we had Dr. Suraj, who was here with Doctor in the House. He was talking about the difference between males and females. Last night. And I was asking him, to kind of break it down as best as he could, because it's a very complex thing to understand women and to understand men, the way we operate and the way ladies operate. It's very, very complex. But I said to him, if you were to break it down into maybe a couple of things as to what it is that women are looking for or expect from men, or what men expect from women, or how would you put it? And he said, and I know the ladies are going to be happy to hear that. He says that men, right, need to listen to their ladies, right? Or should I say the lady? Okay, so the men need to listen when she's speaking, when she's saying something and she wants your attention. You have to give her your attention, right? And listen to what she's saying. He said that men are expected to be empathetic to the women, okay, show empathy to the women, and show appreciation to the women, right? And make them feel wanted.
Andrew, I've said that too.
Y'all are getting it good, Isn't that amazing to see? Because when I asked him for what the men should expect of the women, he just said one thing. It was just one thing, basically. And let me tell you exactly what it is. He said that women need to come out straight and say what is on their mind. Say what it is that they need. Don't come now and give half the story and come back another day and give the other half. You have something to say? Say what you have to say right now. Okay? Let's just unload. Tell me all what you need to tell me so I can address it and then move on. And imagine that. He never mentioned that men need somebody to listen to them, to show empathy to them, to show appreciation, and to make them feel wanted. So I don't understand that.
Well, what did he say for the men? You didn't say.
I just told you what it is.
You said one thing. What is the one thing?
No,
you just jumped into it.
He said the men need you to come out straight. Just come out and say what's on your mind.
That's the one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all are very lucky, very, very fortunate. The things are tipped in your favor. And that's a cool thing. I don't have a problem with that. So we have to listen to you, and we have to be empathetic, and we have to show appreciation and to make you feel wanted.
Yeah, because women are very emotional, Andre, beings. And so, when we want your attention, it's important that we get the attention. And even if you're not taking us in, you're not taking in what we're saying, we just want to feel that you are listening, that you're there for us. Simple thing. And Andre, I always say, if you have your partner, you live with a woman, and you do just that, it's really easy to get everything in the night. You ain't got to beg. You ain't got to beg, because you're starting from early morning. You get up in the morning and you tell the lady, hi, how you doing? Did you have a good night's rest? Maybe give a little smack on the butt or whatever. Andre, trust me, you ain't got to beg for anything. You're not going to ask for anything. She wants you more than you want her. Easy, like that.
Oh, all right. That's the secret.
No secret. It's a fact. And our females on Facebook and the WhatsApp platform can chime in on that. It's a fact, Andrew. We don't need much if you listen and cooperate and communicate. It'll be an easy relationship.
Right, I agree with all what you're saying there. But I have one little reservation, okay? And the little reservation is whatever it is that you are asking for, right, or requesting. I wouldn't say demanding. I don't think anybody should demand anything like Donald Trump. Donald Trump demanded that NATO come and join him in the war. Yeah, those are his words. I'm demanding. Right. So we don't
Andrew,
behave like
speaking
that.
about good love now.
I know. I'm just saying.
Let's not put the harsh love in there. Speaking about good love.
I'm just saying that we shouldn't be demanding, right?
Let's not put Trump in this one.
So we, the men, shouldn't be demanding anything of any woman, and the woman shouldn't be demanding anything of us. It's supposed to be a request, right? So I'm saying my only little reservation when it comes to the thing about, listening to the lady and hearing what she has to say is that you have to be reasonable.
Of course.
You have to be reasonable in your requests, because you may be asking the man something that he cannot give. You understand? And something that he's not. Let me see how I can explain this. I find that when you maybe you're living your life before you meet a particular lady, you're living your life a particular way, and certain things are sort of set up already. Okay, certain things are set up, whatever that may be. Let me see. Maybe okay. I like to go to the gym, for example, and I normally go maybe 3-4 times for the week. I'm just saying that, just speaking hypothetically.
Your schedule.
But this is how I set up my life already.
Right.
Now you have a lady who comes now into your life, and all of a sudden now, and there are also men who do the same thing.
Yeah.
The lady's going to the gym or something that she does and she loves doing it. I want to tell her that you have to stop.
Yeah.
Because
there are some people like that.
you're not making time for me. You prefer to go to the gym, or you prefer to go to whatever that the lady's involved in, right? So I'm saying there's certain things, and especially if it's something that's not causing any harm, right? It's for the man's betterment, okay? It's for his peace of mind or whatever. And you want to come and just say you want the man to stop that. You don't want him to do this, you don't want him to do that. And the same thing for guys as well, huh? They come and tell you, stop this, stop that, stop the other, right? All because sometimes it's just a power play thing.
All right. Well, I say two things. I say that should have been communicated while they were courting. Of course, that's why you meet, to talk and to talk about all sorts of things. Secondly, I would say now that you are involved, if that was not a conversation and you're now living together, why can't either one say, well, why don't you come with me to the gym? Or why don't you come with me here? Or why don't you come with me there? Simple.
But this is one little example I gave him.
I know.
There are
and
other
I'm
examples.
saying, why can't that be part of the conversation? Why don't you come with me? You know? Andre, I go walking. Hubby goes walking. He goes by himself. I go by myself. Occasionally we'll meet and I might make a round with him or whatever. But I prefer to go by myself. He prefers to go by himself because his leg's longer than mine. I'm also he's doing a shorter pace than I am. Not pace, route than I am. He might do rounds. I don't want to do rounds. It's like a journey for me. I want to go 3, 4, 5 miles down and come back up. So what do? Okay, no problem. See you. We're good. You know, communication is important.
I'm glad you used the walk thing because we by now, all our listeners, our fans, our chimers would know that you love to go walking.
Yeah.
One of your favorite pastimes.
Yes.
And I know that about you.
Yeah.
And all those who are closest to you would know that. Imagine you have, say you suddenly met your husband to be, and he's telling you, oh, why you live in the house at that time in the morning there? That's the time for you supposed to be snuggling with me and the sort of thing, right? So what you going to do now?
Who tell you he has not said it? Who tell you he has not made that known? Because I go more than him.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he's a human being. I'm a human being too, Andre. Come on. I just say, why can't it happen earlier? Why can't it happen last night? Why can't it happen later in the day?
You mean the walk?
No, to him. Because your mind is on sex or love. My mind is on my walk. Okay?
When you say your mind?
His mind.
Oh,
his,
you know
his,
his mind.
Yes. Yes, you asking me the question.
You lost me for a second.
No,
Sorry.
you asked me the question. So I'm saying your mind is on this.
All right.
My mind is on that.
So you're saying to us.
Let's communicate and let's get it right. Does it have to happen every single day, Andre? Does sex have to happen every single day, Andre? I'm asking the question.
No, I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I wasn't necessarily...
No, we're speaking in general.
Right.
Sex does not, in my opinion, it does not have to happen every day. And it does not have to happen like, as we say, clockwork. Every day at 5 o'clock. I don't know, for some homes it's probably happening. Every day at 5 o'clock sex. Every day at 6 o'clock sex. I mean, come on. There's some other things we can do, you know. So if I don't go walking, eventually the excitement of the sex is not going to happen again. Because 1, I'm going to get weaker. 2, my stamina level is not going to be the same. 3, you're going to have kill me because my breathing... Andre, sex is a lot of exercise, you know. You can burn how many calories having sex. And some people that have sex, they can't even breathe when they finish. You know what I mean? Seriously. Yeah. It's like water to, you know.
So but that's the point I'm making.
Yes.
Imagine
it's a
you
conversation.
meet when you meet this lady, right? You know that she loves to go walking, right? Why you want to? I'm not talking about your husband.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking in general. Why do you want to get involved in that? Because you met her like that. You know this is what she loves. Why do you want her to all of a sudden to stop this and stop that? You already met the person like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
My hobby don't stop me from
within
walking
reason.
at all. But I know there are mornings where he wish. I could tell there are mornings that he would want me to remain in the bed. And I mean, he's human, and I get it. But I ain't running back in the bed. I'm going for my walk. I see you later, babes. Hey.
So that's why I said, I understand the
there are other
thing.
times that we can do this.
I understand the thing about saying what's on your mind and saying how you feel, but within reason.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Within reason, because
Yes.
sometimes some people ask you for some stuff that is just plain unreasonable.
Yeah.
Unreasonable and unfair, as a matter of fact. Unfair. You know the amount of people who have had to terminate friendships and things like that, all because of a spouse? Most of the males, right? The guys always feel, right, you're not supposed to have that friend and this other
Yeah,
thing. And
that
the
I
ladies
don't agree
compromise a
with.
lot when it comes to this thing.
And they do. Some of them actually listen to the man and
they give up the
not
friendship,
friends, give
yeah.
up the friendship. But whenever something happens to that relationship now, these are the same friends you gave up that have to listen to you. And if the friends did the same, how would you feel? So I feel, in my opinion, of course, you are now in my life, so I will have less time for my friends. Less.
Exactly.
Not no.
Right, exactly.
Less time, but not no more
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But a lot of them just do, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm now with,
and some of the people, whether male or female, they do not want you to do anything for that friend. Anything. Okay?
Well, I don't know about those people. I'm happy I have the husband I have.
The friend, whatever friendship that you had there before, okay? Whatever it is that was going on, it must stop. It must
my
stop.
husband. Nah, he's not. My husband, Andre, nah. My husband will not interfere with my friends, and most of my friends, even if he hasn't met them, but he knows them by name. Most of my friends who call me, sometimes I put it on speakerphone because they want to say hello to me, right? And some of his friends I know, but my hubby wouldn't put his phone on speaker. When I'm in the house, my phone is on speaker. I don't really care. Everybody can hear the conversation. It's simple. Unless the person, like my daughter, Mama, you on speaker? Do you have me on speaker? And I say yes. She'll say, take me off. I want to say something private. But Andre, I don't always like the phone in my ear.
Lady
Honestly.
J, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Listen, you ask
that.
anybody who's around me, they will tell you, always on speakerphone. I have nothing.
And it's safer too.
I have nothing to hide.
It's safer.
I have
Andre,
nothing to hide. So I take the call, speakerphone, everybody can hear my conversation. End of story. Okay, so I have nothing to hide. But now when they take their calls now, there's no speakerphone, but me now, and it's I'm the problem.
No.
I'm the problem.
No.
I speakerphone. I have nothing to hide. They don't put any speakerphone. It doesn't matter who they're speaking to, but then I have the problem.
Nah. Andre, nah. I don't want to hide anything. I mean, why? That just causes a lot of confusion.
And another thing, sometimes my phone is ringing, right? And I just don't feel like taking the call at that time. I don't feel like talking at that particular point in time. Some people interpret that as something I have to hide because I didn't take the call.
Okay, well, where were you? Was it next to you?
It doesn't matter where it is.
No, I want to ask that, Andre. Was the phone next to you?
I don't feel like taking the call.
Well, just tell the person I don't feel like. Just tell your partner or whoever it is, I don't feel like taking the call. Because if the phone is next to you.
Hold on. But why must you explain that to somebody? It's your phone.
No, Andre,
it's not
if the phone is ringing
phone.
and my hubby is next to it, which has never happened, he won't be next to it. But if it would be ringing and he's next to it, I'm going to ask him, why aren't you picking up this call? Even if I don't know who is calling, I'm going to ask.
But why you have to ask a question like that?
Because it's ringing. I don't know if he's hearing it.
But it's not your business.
Andre, no, I don't look at it like that. It's not my business. If it was my business, Andre, I would have come all the way to see who was calling. I'm not doing that. I'm just asking, why aren't you picking it up? I would ask that. Just like while I'm upstairs, if his phone is ringing downstairs and he's upstairs, I say, your phone is ringing.
So?
Okay, and he tells me, and he says, yeah, I'll get it. Andre, it's not an aggression or nothing. It's just communication. Babes, you hear your phone ringing?
But of course he has it. He doesn't have a hearing problem.
I don't know that, so I'm asking
you. Don't know if he has a hearing problem.
I'm letting him know it's ringing. That's just me. Okay, communication is key for me. That's just key. Baby, your phone is ringing.
Folks, you heard what the beautiful Lady J just said. Phone ringing. You're telling your husband, don't you hear your phone ringing?
It's downstairs and he's busy doing something. I don't know if he heard it. So I'm asking, babes, you heard your phone ringing? It was ringing a while ago. whether he heard it or
If-
not. I'm
if
saying
I-
they say, okay, I'll get it.
If
right?
I hear my significant other's phone ringing and she's not present, I'm not going to call and say, look, your phone is ringing, or why aren't you answering your phone? When she gets in my presence, I'll say to her, your phone was ringing. So let her know that she had a call. But for
Same thing.
but for me to come and tell you,
But same
don't you,
thing, he was
don't you
right
hear
next
your
to
phone ringing?
Andre, that's the same thing I said.
Exactly. So
He was right there
but
and
he's
I
next
said
there.
it.
But you must be hearing the phone ringing.
No, because he's busy, he's
you
doing
just
something.
you just want him to answer it. That's what you want.
Andre, whether he answer, Andre, pick up the phone and call my hubby on the phone right now. Whether he answer it or not, I'm never going to ask him who it is. Andre, when you reach a certain time in your life, I'm not 18 years older, where if I went to 18, 19, 20, 25, and I went to a party and I saw him talking to a female, hey, blood will start rising. Who is this female? Blah, blah, blah. Andre, there comes a time where you have to know this is your man, right? Or I've reached a stage where this is not important. He can talk to people. It's not important because at the end of the day, where is he going? Him and me going to walk out hand in hand, waist in waist, whatever it is. Okay? We are going to walk out. We're going to go home. And he must have friends. Okay? So that's how I feel, Andre. Gone are the days when I was 18 and I consider it ignorant and stupid.
Yes.
And we all have to go through that. All of us go through it at some point, even if we don't react, but we feel it. He's talking to this girl. I wonder if he likes this girl. I wonder if something is happening if he am this girl. Blah, 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 blah. Andre, we've all been there. Andre, after a while, it's not worth it, Andre.
So you heard what our lady
It's
just
not
said
worth
there?
it. It's
To all
not
the
worth
ladies, to all my ladies, listen.
Yeah.
When you're 18, that
It's
age there,
normal,
you can
yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
But when you become a
After
woman,
25?
yeah, you're a
Come on.
woman, a
Get over
mature
it.
person,
Yeah.
right? Allow a little latitude, monsieur.
Trust is important too, Andre. Trust is important. If you don't trust your man or your woman, then leave them. Don't be with them.
You want to repeat that?
If you don't trust your man or your woman, leave because it ain't gonna work. You've got to
Exactly.
be able to trust. Listen, the only thing I do, and I don't know if he's listening, is when it's my hubby's birthday, and he's retired now. I must get the first kiss, the first hug, the first happy birthday, because in my household, 12 o'clock in the night, we're celebrating because tomorrow is never promised. And then tomorrow you give again. So he's leaving the house, nice shoes, nice shirt, looking good, all right, perfume and everything. Now remember, the ladies are going to tell you at work, your staff are going to tell you happy birthday. No kisses on the lips.
You mean on the birthday?
Yeah, no kisses on the lips,
So
Andre.
outside of the birthday, it's all right?
It's not all right
Oh, it's not
because
all right?
it will not happen outside of the birthday. It will happen. It could happen occasionally. I'm talking about today. It will happen because it's your birthday, Andre. People are going to hug. People
Okay.
are going to blah blah
But
blah.
no kiss on the lip.
No kiss on the lips.
Okay. I understand.
And he would look at me. He wouldn't say yes. He wouldn't say no. But when I meet maybe a staff or two, whether it's the day after, a month after, 2 months after, hey, Mr. D says no kisses on the lips.
He actually says that?
My wife says no kisses on the lips. And I would laugh.
Yeah. Well, that I agree. I agree with that.
No kisses on the
I
lips.
agree.
No,
I
no,
agree.
no. It's your
Yeah.
birthday. People are going to come to you. I don't have a problem with the cheeks. I don't have a problem with the hugs. Because it's your birthday. It's a celebration. But there's one thing I'm asking you. No kisses on the lips. That's for me.
Yeah.
Period.
And we're talking about inside the birthday, outside the birthday, right? No
Well,
kiss
I
on the lip.
wouldn't think that you would be kissing outside of the birthday on the lips, Andre. For what reason?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking you.
I don't have to tell him that. He should know that.
All right. There's no kissing on the lips.
Yeah,
Period.
he should know that.
Yeah?
Why are
Okay.
you kissing somebody? I don't do it. Why are you doing it?
All right.
Even
okay.
my girlfriends, why are you doing it? So I don't think I have to ask that. I don't have to say that.
So let me ask you then. So why is it that the ladies now kiss each other on the lips? Why is that?
I don't kiss lips. No,
Yeah,
never.
women do that.
Andre. No. I don't do that.
Oh,
You're
you
asking
don't do
me.
that. So I'm saying, but I know for sure women do that. Women
No,
kiss each other
cheek
on the
to
lips.
cheek. No. Cheek to cheek.
It's
Hug,
not.
hug, hug.
It's not right. Don't women kiss each other on the lips? They do. They do.
But I've seen men kiss on the lips too,
That's
and they are not gay.
I just want to ask you.
Andre,
I'm asking.
I have not seen it. You the one that have seen it.
So you tell
Two
me.
women
Hold
kissing.
on. You tell me you never saw two women kiss each other
girlfriend?
on the
If
the
they
lips?
were gay,
Yeah, real. No,
if they were
friends.
gay.
Friends you're talking
No,
about?
I haven't seen that.
Ah, party show.
I'm being honest, Andre.
You think you fall in there?
Andre, I'm being honest. Let me think back. Kissing on the cheek.
I see that all the time. And in fact, I don't take that anyway. That's no
I'm
big
not
deal.
saying I would take it anyway if I know they're friends.
Right.
But
So
Andre, I have not seen it.
Why is it
cheek
now?
to cheek.
What I'm saying, why is it now?
I've not seen it.
For the ladies, okay. If you say you haven't seen
I
it,
have not seen it.
I hear you.
And I have a lot of girlfriends.
I hear you.
Uh-huh.
You've never seen that. You've never
No.
seen two ladies kiss on the lips. That's what you say.
No, I have
So
seen it
accept
if
that.
they're gay. Get me right, if they're gay. But if they're not gay, I have not seen it, Andre. Cheek to cheek, hugs, cheek to cheek. I
Well,
have not, yeah.
well, I've
But
seen.
if they're gay, I've seen that.
I've
Oh,
seen
yes.
many
Lot.
women, right, who are not gay, kiss each other on the lips.
Good. And how do you feel when you see that? What's coming through your mind?
Nothing.
Okay.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Especially if I know that they're friends.
Yeah,
Right.
but
So I'm
no,
just saying.
I
I'm just saying.
don't.
Why
I
is
don't
it
kiss on
now?
the lips.
Why is it now that
To
it's
another girl?
that you're there's no problem with that for the ladies, and if a guy does it now with a guy, it's a problem. If he does it with another female, it's still a problem.
Andre, if they are not bisexual or whatever, why is a man kissing a woman on her lips?
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
No, that's your man, that's your woman. Why, Andre? I wouldn't be kissing another
That's why I
man
tell you,
on his
your
lips.
ladies, y'all get away with so much. Y'all get away with so much. I see I see ladies dancing with each other. They are not gay. I see them because I play at these activities. They actually closing their eyes. I'm telling you, eyes are closed, and they holding each other tight. These are friends for many years.
Okay, that's these kind of
Okay,
people. I ain't gonna
and
do that.
And they get away with that sort of thing. If I were to hold Anthony like that.
Well, they would start saying you all have something. But I ain't going to do that, Andre. We are going to dance. We're going to dance soca. We're going to dance disco. We're going to dance reggae. When it comes to slow music, we go sit down and drink if we have to drink. But I ain't doing that. No,
All right.
Andre.
Okay.
It's probably maybe the way I was brought up. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But nah. Andre. No. I draw the line there.
Yeah.
Me holding a
female?
And still I wouldn't hold, as a married woman, I wouldn't hold a man to dance a slow song. No, I have respect for my husband. Calypso. And I know people will say, oh, but for the soca, you're still resting on him. You don't have to if you don't want to for the soca. You can separate. So I have choices.
Or you just don't dance with another male. Finish with that.
That too.
Yeah, you just don't dance with
That
them.
too.
Yeah, and people have to respect those things. That's how the married couple have chosen to live their life. That if they go out, my wife will not dance with another man, and I will not dance with another woman. I'm saying that's for that particular couple.
Oh, okay, because no, it's not like that with me.
Particular
There's no
couple.
restriction there.
Yeah, it's a particular couple.
I
yes.
know what I know, and I would think he knows, and he respects that. And I know if I'm out with him, unless it's an occasion where everybody's doing their thing, you dance, and of course I will allow it. But if we went out because it is supposed to be us, hell no, Andre, you better stay at my side.
And for me, I mean, just to support what you're saying there, if I go out with my significant other, I don't dance with any other female.
No,
Right?
you have to make her
think-
feel good.
Yeah, I feel it's almost being a little disrespectful. You know, I'm there with her, and some of the ladies are coming around and stuff, and I made her leaving her and going to dance with somebody else, especially for a long period, or
I want to give a little joke. long time ago, you know, when I was, like we say, under 25. So I may have been about 19, 20, 21, I don't know.
Yeah.
And, you falling in love. So my hubby now, we were, courting at the time. And he took me to a party. I remember it was Cap Estate. Took me to a party. And when I got into the party, I really didn't know anybody yet, because I'm looking. And I didn't know anybody. Eventually, I saw people that I knew, yes. By the time, I didn't know anybody. But he knew people, because remember, he took me to the party. And he leaves me. Remember, like I said, we were young, and he leaves me, and he goes and talks to a lady, Andre. And he's talking, Andre. And he's talking, Andre. And 5 minutes at that time, seemed like maybe 30 minutes.
An eternity.
Yes. Andre, I walked up to him. You're laughing already.
You gave the lady a punch.
No, Andrea. No. I walked up to them and I looked at him and I said, give me the keys to the car.
You're leaving. You're leaving.
I don't think I could drive it.
I agree with you.
No, I could drive, yeah, but
agree.
I wouldn't drive his vehicle.
I agree.
No, he innocently looks at me, asking me what I said, and I am blue vex, the keys to your car. if you can remember that, but anyway, it's the early stages. Andre, late, and I left. I went.
So he gave you the keys?
Yes.
He gave you the keys?
Yeah. I left.
I guess he realized you were upset, right? He realized you were upset at that point.
Well, he didn't show it then. He just gave me the keys. So when he gave me the keys and I'm walking away, I'm telling myself, but what I did there, he does not even realize. Because apparently he was talking is an innocent conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, you've brought me to a party. You brought me somewhere.
I agree.
Introduce me first.
Yeah.
Let me socialize. So then if you north, south, east, and west, it doesn't matter because I'll be north, south, east, and west as well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen. You leave my side. Anyway, later he came to the car and to ask me why I did that. And I told him, but you were there talking to this person for so long. What you expect? Blah, 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 blah. And he says to me, but you were over there talking to someone. I said, where? Where was I? I said, no. Person was there and I was there, but I wasn't talking to the person.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Andre, I'm saying this because sometimes what we think we see is really not what it is.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said you have to grow. You have to grow. I have another girlfriend would do, her interruption would be, babes, I'd like to dance, please. So that's her interruption.
Yes.
That's how she takes him away. You know what I mean?
But I think we the men, we should be sensitive to those things. You're out with your significant other, you're out with your wife. Don't go having any long conversation, whether it's male or female. Try your best to stick with the lady as much as possible. Yeah,
well, I know better now. If that would happen, I would go there and stand there. But I'm saying, I don't know. I may have been 20, 21. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was young.
And a lot of guys do that. They feel so powerful. They feel so. I've seen fellas, there with the lady, and they leave the lady, and go out of the building, go and lime somewhere, go and do something and leave the lady right there.
Wow.
They feel so powerful, and then they come back now that she's going to be there waiting for me. Some guys do that sort of stuff. No, you came there with the lady, you brought her there. She's supposed to be number one. And then this thing about taking your time to go to talk to partners and long conversation and so on. I'm not saying you can't talk to somebody.
You have to do,
but keep it as brief as possible.
Or if not, Andre, glimpse. Make sure you look over. You give the wink, you give the whatever. The man, the woman, make sure they know I'm there.
And if a lady expects that of me, right, to be giving her full attention, that is reasonable.
Yeah.
You understand? That is reasonable.
Yeah.
But there's some things that are just unreasonable.
Right.
But anyway, that's one of the show. So let's get into the shout-outs.
Hey, is that time already, Andre?
You bet.
Wow. Okay. So, Andre, in the meantime, what are you saying? Yes, let me...
Okay, so folks, this is Harddrive. A big thank you to all of you who are tuning in and listening to what we're saying and viewing what we're saying. We don't take your presence for granted, because for you to take your time from your busy schedule, from whatever it is activities you're supposed to be involved in, and to take your time to come and watch us and listen to us, we don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
So big thank you very much for all the support. All right?
And Andre, I still want to say on Facebook, I think just like we are respectful here, I think the Facebook persons who are chiming in need to be respectful.
Definitely.
Right? And I say this to everyone. If you're coming on the platform, please be respectful, because we are very respectful here. Right? Okay, the first person is Edward Tom. He says, bless, good morning. Good morning, Edward. He also says, REV-UP family, REV-UP family. Josiane is watching. Hey, Josiane. Sharon Peter says, happy hump day.
Josiane is watching?
Yes. Well, I mean, maybe she'll comment.
Oh, okay. I hope she does, because I'm curious to hear.
I see her name lower.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what's up with Josie.
Sharon Peter is also watching. Yes. And Josiane says, good morning, REV-UP family. Happy Wednesday to all. There you go, Andre. She answered, Andre.
Yes.
Josiane.
Oh, what did she say?
Yes, she did. Good morning, REV-UP family. Happy Wednesday to all.
That's what you say, Josie?
That's what she generally says. Really?
I thought she'd give us a little more, because she's actually noticed in Lucia right now.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, enjoy your vacation, if it is a vacation.
That's right.
Erin says, it's a rainy Wednesday morning. Who is loving you? Blessings to all listeners, Lady J and Andre. Good morning, Erin. Love you. Nisa says, Wednesday blessings to you, Andre and Lady J. Good morning, Nisa. Joan T says, good morning, Lady J and Andre. Happy Wednesday to both of you and your REV-UP families. Yeah, good morning, Joan T. Irene says, you are as young. Andre, listen. You are
Sorry.
as young as you feel. I am not old. I am older.
But I just read
That's from
I
Erie.
read the definition a while ago.
And Martha's Shop, yeah, they're on now.
Oh, by the way, morning, Irene. Thank you very much. Okay, morning to Martha's Shop.
They said, pleasant. Good morning, Mr. Andre and Lady J. Blessed, wonderful day, peaceful day to everyone.
To you as
All
well.
right, Martha's Shop, yeah. Good morning to you. Francis, Jules says, good morning, beautiful souls and REV-UP family. Good morning. Pius Snappy is on. Pius Snappy says, good morning. Kayla Smith says, wonderful Wednesday, blessings to all. Yes, Kayla. Erin says, we older folks look a lot better than quite a few of the young ones. Please tell those 20-plus boys stay away from me. Malajo, what's it? Is that patois? Erin, what's that? Is that patois?
Malagio.
Malagio. Oh, okay, because I'm saying that's English.
She's not the-
L-A-R-D.
she's not the
the age. Okay, gotcha.
All right, Irene, we hear you. We hear you.
And lots of laughter. Lots of laughter. Yes. Francis Jules also says, Andre, I'm with you on that. And
Okay, I wonder which
that-
part.
Probably the early part. Because
Maybe about being unreasonable, maybe?
I don't know which part. He laughs a lot and he says, I'm loving this. Okay, so that's the early part.
All right, thank you.
Nancy says, lady, I think a blind unemployed person should get disability from the government, and whatever they owe the government, disability should pay off their debt because they cannot work no more. The government should make allocations in the budget for the disabled.
I agree.
Totally agree with
I
that.
agree with that. You hardly, in fact, I don't even know the last time I heard anything like that.
Yeah.
Any part of the budget for
Well,
older
there is
folks and so on.
disability now. Remember, they've got that ministry now. They have that now. So
You mean the
Remember,
minister for
the
for
minister,
persons with disabilities?
for persons with disabilities. So we are getting there.
Yeah, but
Although we have a long way
older
to go.
folks, older folks are not a disability. That's something different.
Added, she says both. Remember, she says the blind as well. They should get and that's fine, Nancy. Okay, she corrected herself, Lady J. That's respect, girlfriend. You had Lady there. Appreciate that. Sue Hall says, I remember this situation and it was very sad. I believe the blind welfare should have something in place to help their people. Some way, somehow. Just thinking. Because most of them are not able to work.
Yes, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Timothy Arthur is watching, and Nisa responded to a comment. I agree with Andre as well, because if he is unemployed, how can he pay installments? Oh, they're talking about when
Yes.
you talk about the deaf and so on, right?
'Cause, yeah.
That's where he was referring to. That's where social services come in to assist those vulnerable people. It's good when they come in to remind us of what it is, because then we forget, since the conversation happens early and then Christine Joseph says those people working in government offices will help their friends who do not have any health problems. Their friends would not even go to the office, but just give to them the info they need. But a poor blind man, they will not help. Wickedness. And D. Francis says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, D.
Hey, morning, D. Francis.
Andre, I don't know where you went, but She Chubb says Andre just had to go there. Francis Jules,
maybe about Trump, maybe.
probably. Francis, yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Francis Jules, Andre, please plead the fifth before you get in trouble. And a lot of laughter for you. Sue Hall says, Lady J, you are so correct. Just be nice to us. With not much, just the little things during the day. And in the night, you never have to ask. No, girlfriend! You don't have to ask at all. You hear that? Not at all. A whole lot of laughter.
So are you also sure the guy will want anyway?
Because, how you mean how he'll want?
Are you
Men
so
don't
sure?
refuse.
Really?
Which man refuses his wife, Andre? Come on. Then he don't love her anymore.
No.
Hello, Andre, if I just hold my husband wants me. I'm sorry. Okay?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm telling you about my husband.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just saying,
Okay.
and not all men are like that.
That doesn't mean something will happen there. But he's showing you that he wants you. Thank you for the hold and whatever. Come on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that not all men are that way.
Yeah, well,
and keep that in mind.
I don't know. Francis
sometimes you're just not in the mood. You're just not in the mood.
No, not in the mood is not the thing. It's just being pleasant, Andre. Not in the mood. We're not saying because you're pleasant throughout the day. You
said that once you see you make the move, he's ready to go. That's what you said.
That doesn't mean it will happen, Andre. Because he makes the move and he might turn around and reciprocate, that doesn't mean we'll go all full 100, Andre. You don't know my husband could be washing the dishes and I could pass and slap his butt. That means I want sex? No. I'm just being nice. Hello.
Okay, I'm hearing something else now. Okay,
Andre. Right. Touching doesn't mean you want the final thing.
Exactly, and not because the guys, they feel he must be in the mood for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, your ladies think you have too much power.
No.
That because you all make the move, we have to respond. Yeah. You all think like that. Yeah, because you make the move, we have to respond.
Never said that.
And you all get angry now. And you all get angry when we don't respond.
I don't know about that, Andre.
Oh, you don't know about
that? No. Because if I hold him and it's not that time of day, we both realize that. If I hold him and it's that time of day, no talk, action. Joan T says, that's right, Lady J. Laughter, laughter, laughter. Joan T says, that's hot, great topic. You see, I like that topic. Madeline Alexander is watching. She says, good morning, everyone. Give thanks and have a blessed day. Erin Shalmine starts with a whole lot of laughter.
Morning, Madeline.
Erin starts with a whole lot of laughter. So true, Lady J. And I agree. Andre, if you met the person that way is either you accept it or move along. Some feel they can change you after marriage or a committed relationship, but it does not. But it does not work that way. Communication and trust is the key. Yeah.
And you said it earlier, and it's true. If you do not trust the person, then you shouldn't be with them.
No, too
much
complicated.
Stress. Too much stress.
Too stressful. Yeah. And Andre, there's one thing when you're young, trust comes after. But when you get older, trust comes before. Trust, you understand the communication is there and you know what he wants, you know what you want. But when you're young, it's like even if you feel loved, it's like he's mine and you want to hold on, because you don't know better, Arthur Charles says, good morning. Let me see if I missed one. No. Arthur Charles says, good morning, Andre, Lady J, really Bava. Really Bava when it comes to sex. I don't know if it's both of us or if it's me he's talking about.
Must be to you.
It's in one whole sentence.
Must be to you, I'm sure.
I don't know. I'm Arthur Charles like that conversation no matter what he says.
Oh yeah, you
like it after you like that conversation. Madeline says, I'm with you on that one, Lady J.
And what one is that? Was the one?
It has to be about the communication or what happens from the morning on, right. And then there's nothing in the night. Yeah. Hey, Andre, it doesn't just start in the night, it starts from morning. You wake up in the morning, this nice feeling, this caring, understanding feeling, it moves all the way in. You can't just jump in the bed and want sex. Yeah. Come on.
I agree.
I mean, you can, but it's what happened before. But if nothing happened before, it's a different feeling, Ladies have to also be in the mood, 100%.
Yeah.
Men only need to be in the mood one way, and you know which way.
So you're speaking for men now?
I know.
You're speaking for men?
No, it's easy for a man. For the woman.
So the lady has to be in the mood, but for the men now,
it's only one thing that.
So we don't have that privilege as well.
You have the privilege, but what I'm saying is we can see, even if we can't read you in the mind, but we can see why you want it. We see little Johnny saying, "I'm ready."
No, you said that it doesn't mean that you're in the mood.
Who's in the mood? The man or
female,
the woman?
The female.
Yeah.
I'm saying the man. So why is it that the man cannot have that right as well? He's not in the mood, and that's what I was saying earlier. He's just not in the mood.
Yes, Andre.
So why is it that you all cannot be in the mood and the man's supposed to be in the mood all the time?
No. You misunderstood what I'm saying.
Oh, really?
I'm saying in the night, if the woman is not in the mood, the man wouldn't know. But the woman would know he is in the mood because little Johnny is saying hello.
No, not necessarily.
Andre, you know what I mean by Little Johnny?
Of course I know what you mean.
So why you mean not necessary? So Little Johnny is saying hello and you are not ready?
No, there's sometimes, men are just that way. That's that way. These things just happen all of a sudden. It doesn't mean that they're in any mood or anything like that.
Okay, Andre. That's another conversation we have to pick up. We'll call it Johnny, okay? Little Johnny and Big Johnny.
I was just about to say interesting.
Yeah, Little Johnny and Big Johnny.
Interesting you said little.
Yeah, Little Johnny and Big Johnny. Big Johnny looks like he's in the mood. Yeah. Madeline's, okay. Francis Jules says, Andre, you're going to get yourself in trouble, my brother. Madeline says, oh, they take the call and move away from you. They go all outside to take the call.
Now that's something else now. That is something else. Madeline, I'm so happy you brought that into the conversation. That is something else. If the guy takes the phone, right? And imagine, if my significant other is around and say I want to go, please, you usually have the phone is in the restroom because you're there, you just want to do something while you're inside there, right? The fact that she's there, I wouldn't take the phone inside there, because she would automatically think I'm going in there to hide something, so I will not take it there. You understand? Neither will I take the call outside. But if my phone is ringing, right, and I choose not to answer, I just choose not to take that call, you can't get upset for that.
No, I wouldn't. Unless she's seeing the name there and the name happens to be a female.
Of course, it could be a female. It could be a female. That's right. I'm a businessman.
Yes, Andre, but what if she Mary, she feels something.
You're always feeling something. You're always feeling something.
No, me, not now.
You're always feeling. Once it's a female,
younger, yes.
Once it's a female, you're feeling something already.
It's the way one makes one feel. That's how I have to say it. D. Francis says, as long as I know he has the phone, I have nothing to say. If he is not close to the phone and I know he doesn't hear it, rings, and I know he doesn't hear it rings, I can tell him his phone is ringing. Yes, simple. Yep, that's what we said. T. Francis also says, my husband would be even in the shower. I would never tell him his phone is ringing. He eventually will see his missed calls. Okay.
Of course.
Well, there are times when hubby is probably in the bathroom or upstairs and the phone is ringing and ringing and ringing. When he comes out, they say, your phone was ringing unless it must be an important call. Yes, I would say that.
It's 11:22,
yes.
So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
But, what's it?
We have to finish at 11:30. We must finish at 11:30.
Phone is a big problem in a relationship.
Oh, yes, big time. I agree. Yes.
Josie Stevens says, I don't like speakerphone. Question. It's disturbing me. Take your phone and your convo elsewhere.
See that, eh? Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Madeline Alexander says, I will it again, trusting you until you give me a reason not to trust you. Lynn Baptist, that's a new name, Andre. I'm not kissing no woman, no friend, no on the lips, Andre. Yes, Lynn, not at all.
Yes,
I'm not doing that.
Yes, some ladies are that way, and I understand
cheeks.
that. But I'm saying it does happen.
Yeah.
And these are among,
I've not seen it, Andre. Lucky you.
No. These are among friends,
yes.
Women who are genuine friends. They love each other as friends.
I love Edel Alexander. We've been friends for years, and I ain't gonna kiss her on no lips.
Well, that's you.
And I love Erin, and Erin, you're not gonna kiss me on my lips, and I'm not gonna kiss you on your lips. Nope. Erin says, unless they're gay, I too have never seen anyone kissing on the lips. It's always on the cheeks or forehead. No one will kiss me on my lips either. Just so. See? And I just said it. I agree.
You're living on Venus, man. You'll never see two ladies kiss each other on their lips.
If they're gay, yes, I've seen it.
No.
I will. She's responding, Madeline responding, I say. Septima says, good morning. Good morning, Septima. Erin says, that reminds me of a boyfriend I had. We went to the club and he didn't have the first dance with me, but spent dance after dance, according to him, with his partner woman. I went to dance with a friend, and when I got close to them, dragged them across the dance floor. Those were my younger days. Wait. What do you mean by drag them? You push them while you were dancing, or you push? Okay.
She must have been
all right,
really
no
upset.
violence
and rightly so. Rightly so.
You bring her to the
She has a right to get upset about that. That's not nice. With your partner, lady, you're doing that foolishness, and you have your person
that
there?
you brought. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thumbs down for that.
Yeah. Lean Baptist says good morning to Lady J and Andre. Blessings to both of you and the REV-UP family. I prefer my name as Lady J. Good morning to you folks. Today is the birthday of the following persons: Kizzy Augustins, Sylvia Weeks of Mac, Portia Compton James, and Derek Michelle of the Salvation Army.
Okay. Happy birthday to all of you.
Good morning to the Salvation Army.
Okay, Lady J, it's 6:25.
Okay.
Sorry, 11:25.
I got
Maybe
you.
6:25.
Christine Shalry says, blessed Wednesday to you all. Madeline says, Andre, men always want his woman unless he is spreading seeds out there. Sunshine Charles says, Madeline, let's see, Andre.
Men always want women unless they're spreading seeds out there.
Andre, Arthur Charles says, I love it, Lady J. I told you he loved that. Told you. Lynn Baptist says, there must always have a spark in the relationship. Also, men need to educate themselves about menopause or it can break up a relationship. That's well said, Lynn.
Oh,
well
really?
said.
Oh, so
totally agree
y'all
with
can
you.
have your menopause, but we can have anything.
No, y'all may have menopause too. We don't know. but
Exactly,
when we know,
exactly.
yes. Uh-huh.
So men have to understand those, but y'all do not understand that the guy just simply
Both
is not,
have to
he's not in the
understand.
mood. He's not in the mood. So Madeline is saying the reason the guy is not in the mood is because he has somebody outside there. You heard that already?
I didn't say that.
No, I said that's what Madeline was saying there.
Oh, I didn't realize that's where she was coming from. Alex Leonti says good morning to everyone. Christine Jabapti says Andre is acting so innocent. She has Andre, it's an E and not an A. Sue Hall says Andre, men are already ready. Andre, behave yourself because you know just what Lady J
who
is
said
saying.
that? A female? Must be a female.
Sue Hall.
Yeah, must be a female. Yeah,
Andre,
must
when
be a
I go
female.
home tonight, I'm going to speak to my husband about that. Otherwise, you have to give me the answer to that off air. Now, Alita says, good morning, Andre and Lady J. Good morning, Alita. And there's a response there to Madeline. Fine is always there. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Madeline's own was the last one. How much time I have here, Andre?
About 2 minutes there.
Oops, maybe not, because we have a lot of messages here. It was probably hot. Enough love to my sister
reason,
and
I
Macho.
have a meeting at 11:30, so that's why I'm
Okay,
saying that.
coming
Yeah.
from Sister and Express Bobo. Okay. Blessed morning, Lady J and Andre Paul and everyone in Radio Land. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay positive, stay blessed. Good morning to you. Okay, that's information, not for this. That's about some, it's long. Too long. It's about 3 paragraphs. Good morning, Andre and Lady J. I am tuned in to my favorite radio station and loving the program.
Thank you. Who's that? No name?
Effective communication is key in a man-woman relationship. That is Bernadette Samuel.
All right, Bernadette. Thank you very much for making us your favorite station.
This should apply to all disabled people. Andre, stop! Exclamation mark. You're making obvious. No, Lady J.
No, I said blind and unemployed. That's what I said. Okay?
Okay. Lady J, like where you were taking the conversation. Lady J, I like where you were taking the conversation. But Pastor Andre had to mess it up.
So where's that coming from now?
I know, Andre, leave that alone. You told me to move on. I don't know which conversation. Was it about sex or what? Which one?
No, the pastor comment.
Oh, well, I figure out it was the sex. So, Pastor, you hold it back. I don't know.
All right.
Andre, if you're open and transparent
We're running
with a
out of
woman,
time, huh?
Okay, 2 more. If you're open and transparent with a woman, she will have no reason to feel insecure. But if you're hiding things, you will question everything and always feel like you're up to something.
I agree with that.
So a woman behaves how a man treats her. Vel. That's from Vel. Rev up my brother and sister from another mother. I'm listening.
Hey,
Big up.
my partner. Hey, I'm so happy to hear from him. That's my brother from another mother. Yeah, remember he wasn't feeling well. Brother Nikki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Nikki, bonjour. Sorry, Nikki, I have not even given you a call in a little while.
Gotta do that today. All right, Andre and Lady J, good morning. It's always a joy to listen to the different programs, especially from 10 to 11:30. Always interesting. This is Alisco in Pennsylvania. Have a great day.
Oh,
All
yes,
right.
yes, our partner Alisco.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, Alisco. Yeah, he's called our show during the Valentine's. I think he was one of the qualifiers. Alisco.
All right,
Yeah.
you said so.
Yeah, I don't think you remember him, but
Yeah.
he calls the
I
show
remember,
all the time.
yeah.
Okay.
Joseph Sylvester says, there is no rice in St. Lucia.
Yeah, people are saying that. I don't know.
And Jaslyn, and he says, Jaslyn, thank you for the bread. So, Andre, in case you didn't hear that, please tell her thank you.
Okay. It's not Jaslyn, it's Yaslyn.
Oh, what did I say? Okay. Yeah, Yazzie. It's my fault. Yes, he has a Y. Okay, this person is basically saying they're listening.
We have to wrap it up,
Yeah,
Lady Jane.
I have 3 more, so let's just finish it.
Okay.
When little Johnny suddenly grows up to big Johnny, it's on. Who says that? Somebody from Teddy Z. You see? I agree with you, Teddy Z, of course. Maybe that's what you mean by you being a pastor for that one. Good day, guys. My husband answer my phone and I answer his. Nothing to hide. Have a great day. Yes, Wendy. Yes. Final one, Andre. Good morning, Janice. No woman cannot try that shit. It's TV. It's radio and TV. You make me read the thing. You have to put the SH ... Oops. Kiss on lips. I agree. No kiss on
So
no
I
lips.
guess you've never seen two ladies dancing close to each other. You've never seen that as well? Close friends?
Soca.
Dancing
I've
country
seen
and
that.
western, close up, holding
I
each
don't go
other.
to the country and western parties, so you would see
eyes
that,
closed. You'll tell me you'll never see those things?
Nope, Andre.
Give me a break.
Soca music, yes, I've seen it. Close up, far from each other, back to back, bum to bum, whatever, side to side, down on each other. But to say two women, if they're not gay, kissing, no, Andre. I have not seen it, Andre.
No, I didn't.
I've traveled a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'm speaking in general.
I
As
said
to what
kissing
you asked.
on the lips.
On the lips. No, I have not seen it.
Yeah.
Mwah.
And you've never seen them hold each other tightly, right? Dancing a country western song, for example, and holding each other tightly, eyes closed, and these are friends. You've never seen that one either. No problem. Okay, so let's get into the icing on
So
the
that's why he
cake.
was rushing, because he wanted the icing on the cake.
No, I have
Okay,
a
let's
meeting.
go.
I have a meeting at 11:30. So in fact, it's already past 11:30. Unless, of course, you want me to.
You have a meeting at 11:30?
I told you so. I have a meeting at. In fact, Boston's right.
Oh, downstairs. Okay, 5
yeah.
minutes. Yes. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead, Andre. Icing on the cake, people.
Alrighty. So, Lady J, is there any word that you have little difficulty pronouncing? There's some words that just like tongue twisters kind of thing. The other day I was there with Dr. Surat, sorry, and the word anesthesiologist came up, and I was actually struggling with that at the time there.
Meteorologist for me.
Yeah, there were a whole
So
bunch
I
of them.
always just say Met Office.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have that problem.
Yes. So some of them give you a little trouble, right?
Yeah, you got to say it slow.
So have the recording today is actually a lady who's having difficulty saying the word uncomfortable. Okay? So she's having difficulty saying uncomfortable. So let's give it a listen.
She laughed uncomfortable.
She troops.
She laughed uncomfortable. Some UNFOR. She laughed.
That's it.
Poor thing.
She couldn't say it. You see that? Now, folks, don't feel it. Listen, we're not laughing at her. We're laughing at ourselves because
We
it
all
happens
go through
to
that.
all of us. All of us.
But Andre,
and
I would
the
hate
worst
to be.
thing.
I would hate to be at something like this and not be able to pronounce a word.
I'll tell you,
I'd
the
be so
worst thing
embarrassed.
is, for example, you see me as somebody reading the news,
Exactly.
and I come across a word. Maybe I probably put the item there late, just a last minute thing, and I didn't see that word. Oh my gosh,
It's hard.
that's embarrassing.
You know, when I was at 100 and I read the news in the morning, remember Saturday mornings, if there was, especially the Cubans, the Spanish, and sometimes there were German words as well. But I was lucky because, you know, hubby speaks fluent German. So before I came to work in the morning, I would say, how do you pronounce that? You know, Andre, I would rewrite the word just above the word so I can pronounce it properly. But
yes,
again, if you
phonetically.
have the time.
Yeah, phonetically.
Because if you don't have the time.
All right. Let's give her a little listen again, quickly.
Yes.
She laughed and confirm and confirm.
She dropped her chips there, boy, because I guess it must be really frustrating her that she
Yeah.
cannot see the word. Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
Okay, folks, we got to wrap it up. This has been another Hard Drive for today, Wednesday, the 18th of March.
Great show
A big
today.
thank you to all the folks listening on Facebook, viewing on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, also on DBS Television. A big
DBS.
thank you again to the folks at DBS. Thank you so much for carrying our show. And of course, those of you who take the time to listen to us and to view us every single day, we don't take that for granted. Okay? Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We really do appreciate that. Thank you for the support. All right? So this has been Hard Drive, brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Rambali's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, her services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keyrings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Rambali's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
From coast to coast,
I would love to hear it.
we're revving up the airwaves
Are you sleeping?
on 95.9 FM, the alpha of radio.
I was a